Hello, everyone, and thank you for watching another episode of Digging History and Honoring the Sacrifice. I am your host, James McCormick, and today's show, we're going to talk about a few really cool things that I think that you're going to like. And if you do, please, if you see us on YouTube, Facebook, or you watch us on television, shoot us a note. Send us an email. My email address, and we're going to post it up here on the bottom of the page, is wvpurpleheart1863@gmail.com. Again, it's wvpurpleheart1863@gmail.com. Tell me what you think about the show. But before we get started, I want to ask you, have you ever seen the Golden Seal magazine? We're all West Virginians here, and this one is really special because it's got a wonderful picture taken from the Battle of Blair Mountain. We're one of the few states that had a battle that was so big between organized labor and federal troops and local police officers that we called it a battle. In actuality, some of these battles were bigger than some of the Civil War skirmishes that we had. So it's a great book. Please get it and check it out at Golden Seal, and it's a magazine about West Virginia traditional life. So as we go into the episode today, we're going to have a lot of different shots from the field, and I know that you enjoy that, but it's going to be a variety of shots. It's going to kind of show you the reality of metal detecting. Now, we've done this before where we talk about things like the trash that you find. And believe me, we find a lot of trash out there. As a matter of fact, I consider it a great service that we do for our environment to dig that stuff up and to get it out of there. Because in many cases, we'll dig up 300 to 400 shotgun shells in the period of a weekend. Now, when you think about that and you look at how much that is and you combine that by the number of people that we have out in the field doing that, we're removing a lot of trash that's in the ground. And I think it's a great thing. Also, cans, recyclable items. We have some of our folks that actually make all their gas money to travel and to pay for their metal detectors using recycled money that they get from cans and pop tabs. Believe me, it really adds up. And again, it does a service. I wanted to remind everyone as we come into the fall, there's going to be challenges. The fall has many challenges. Number one, you see an increase in hunters in the woods. So remember, when you're out metal detecting, and if you're out in the woods, wear your blaze orange so you can be identified. It's just like when you're out there deer hunting, squirrel hunting, bow hunting, whatever the case may be, bear hunting, and I really like to do all of those. Wear your orange so that you can be seen, and then be respectful of those hunters. If you see that someone's set up in a blind and you've got that, that metal detector, make sure that you've got your headphones on. And if you can, avoid, getting in the line of fire of that hunter. Allow them to enjoy their hobby and their sport while you are enjoying yours. So be sure to wear your orange. Also, there is continued hazards of metal detecting. I've been out in the woods here recently, and I can tell you it's still hot, so we're still dealing with a large number of copperhead snakes. I've seen quite a few this year. I've seen rattlesnakes, and I've seen a lot, and I mean a bunch of yellow jacket holes. So you need to be careful of that when you're out there. Remember, if you are allergic, to always carry around either your EpiPen, if you have to have that, or something that is going to help you in case you do get stung or you do get bit. I always advise people, wear your boots while you're out in the field. And be careful. Watch where you're walking, especially when you're stepping over logs. Remember, folks, these rattlesnakes, and they're real. They're very real out there in some of these areas in West Virginia. They have the ability to be able to jump up and to get over top of that area known as just the top of your boot. So you want to be careful when you're stepping over logs, especially. Try not to mess with the wildlife. Really, you shouldn't mess with the wildlife while you're out there. Be cognizant of your surroundings and let someone know where you're at. what I do with my wife is I send her a text message. And I have a little Google Map app on my phone. I pull my phone out right here real quick, and I just send her a link that shows where I'm at. So if something happens to me and I don't show up, she knows where to send somebody to come looking for me. It makes sense. And travel with a buddy, if it's at all possible. Sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes you're out there by yourself. I am going to be the owner of a service dog here very soon, and that service dog you will start to see on the videos with me very soon. So we're looking forward to get Bravo, and he's a German Shepherd, and he's being trained in Florida by my good friend Ernie Rivera at Valor Canine Dogs, and it's down in Florida, and he does a great job with that. And it's going to be wonderful to have that companion out there to be able to kind of watch your six while you're out there. I want you to also remember to contact your legislature. And we're going to pop up a contact page for the legislature. When you contact the state legislature, reach out to that elected individual or that person that's either your state senator or your delegate. And remember to ask them to support state legislation to establish licenses for metal detectorists to be able to obtain so that we can detect on state property. Veterans are finding great therapeutic benefit from metal detecting. And I can tell you that I personally love to go out metal detecting. It's kind of like if I don't go, I start to feel it. It's like I've got to get out and go. But there's so much state property, especially large swaths of state forest, that at this present time, you have to get special permission to go out there. And when we looked at this through the Appalachian, the Professional Metal Detectors Association, we said, why doesn't West Virginia just establish a licensing program? We pay $50 a year to get a license. We're trained professional metal detectorists, and then we would be able to have access as long as we have the license and in seasons that do not coincide with hunting season. So that way we're not out in the woods at the same time. So it's a great thing. And I want to also put a shout out to remember our state's only river museum. Now, the Point Pleasant River Museum and Lake and Ray Cook Learning Center actually had burned down in 2018. And since that time, they have been working extremely hard to raise funds to rebuild this wonderful museum. It's one of only 22 river museums in the nation, folks, and we have it right here in beautiful Point Pleasant, West Virginia. And if you can ever get down there and see it, it's in the construction mode right now. If not, go to our website and check it out at pprivermuseum.com. I also want to mention the Purple Heart, the Military Purple Order of the Purple Heart at purpleheart.org. We are currently in the process of working with our very own state's Woody Williams. Wonderful, great personal friend of mine. Love him dearly. And the Military Order of the Purple Heart is looking to create a museum in the state of West Virginia where we want to erect a statue that is going to be of Woody Williams with his flamethrower and in his combat gear, just as he was when he was on Iwo Jima, that we want to stand out front and center of this museum, and we want to make it a national Purple Heart Museum. I mean, after all, the Purple Heart medal is the oldest medal in the existence of the military. And for many years, we've been trying to get, again, the state legislature in West Virginia to create a law that would include those eligible for the West Virginia Distinguished Service Medal are those recipients of the Purple Heart. Folks, we need to do that. I think that, when someone goes and they sacrifice so much for their country, like Woody Williams and like many other Purple Heart recipients, we should really do all we can to honor them. And West Virginia is one of the most patriotic veteran states in the country. Per capita, we're one of the largest contributors to all of America's wars, and let's never forget that, okay? Also, all of you veterans that are out there, I get these questions all the time about where to go to get information about veterans benefits. Since we are a show that targets veterans, I want you to go to the website VA, that's va.org. It's right there on the screen there, and you'll be able to navigate and find a lot of information that's going to help you. It's not clogged up with a lot of bureaucracy, backdoor things. You just go in, you look up your VA benefits, you look up how to get loans, whatever it is you need to look up, there it is. And it's va.org, O-R-G. Give it a visit and check it out. And one last thing before we go into the show is I want to remind all you great citizens, regardless of your political affiliation or your party, vote. Get involved in the political process. Study your candidates. You know, the first part of this show, we've talked about many things, but two things involve state legislation. One is licensing metal detectors so that we get only professionals and we can actually see revenue for our state, but to also allow them access to our state forests so that they can go out there in a responsible manner and they can do their hobby, which for them it's metal detecting. There's a lot of hiking. We allow people to hike. We allow people to dig. We allow people to do a lot of different things. But we don't always allow them to go out and do relic hunting or metal detecting. And we're really missing out because all of our professional metal detectors, we donate a bulk majority of what we find to local museums and libraries because we want you, the citizens, to be able to see these wonderful things. It does them no good to just stay buried in the ground. And also we do a great service of going out and cleaning up the trash in these beautiful areas, and we carry it out with us, and that's what we do. And also metal detecting creates a level of aeration of the soil, so it is good for the environment. When you open up the ground, a lot of times, you see where, people go through your yard and they run those spikes through the yard. That's called aeration of the soil. And that is really good because that allows water pockets that will be able, in the time of a drought, will be able to hold that water in that area. And it also allows us to expose seeds. In some cases, we've seen plants that have regrown that haven't grown in that area in a long time just because we go in and we dig it and we fill our holes and we do it responsibly and professionally. So anyways, without any further ado, let us go to the show and let's look at some of these random shots from the field this month on Digging History. Roll them. Okay, folks, I'm back in the woods. And it's still a little hot. It's still not my season for it. And I got my hiking shoes on and not my boots. So I found one thing so far. I found a World War II blank 30-06 cartridge. Find a lot of those around here. We'll see if we can't find some Civil War stuff or maybe a coin or something. But as you can see all around me, this is thick woods right here. So I wanted to wait until it cooled down a little bit, but I had to get in the woods. So here I am. And yes, sirree, there it is. Ta-da! Beautiful 3-ring bullet fired from the American Civil War. Look at that ramrod mark that's a ramrod mark right there. It's a beautiful bullet. It really tells the story about the Civil War, All of my kids have found these. I'm just gonna tell you, they, the little ones especially, and it's like they really get excited about finding one of these. And we go through the story of, somebody that was firing this, loaded it, and they were just terrified. They were trying to kill somebody. So, man, that's great. I showed up like a 51 on my Nocta Macro Simplex. So, I'm gonna have to watch that because it usually shows up in the 60s on my Fisher F75. But still, a beautiful bullet, great find. Not a wasted day out here in these thick thick woods. I'm watching for the snakes, I'm telling you. Oh man, gotta get out of here soon because it's gonna get dark. All right, can't find it sitting on the couch. Get up and get to digging. Okay, one of the benefits out here this time of the year is my favorite fruit, the pawpaw. Now, this looks grody, but this is a really good, nutritious fruit. Kind of tastes like the mix between a banana and a peach. As you can see, I'm picking up a bunch of them and putting them in my backpack. It's a good time to be in the woods, I guess. My only fear still is because of the heat is the snakes. And snakes can be up high, they can be down low. You gotta really watch for them, but this is a fine little snack to have, and it'll give you some energy, packed with vitamin C. Beautiful, beautiful texture to it. Spit the seeds out, good to go. Number 2. And look, we've hunted this area hard. That Nocta Micro Simplex Plus is kicking butt out here today. Ba-ding! Go in the old pocket. 2 3-ring bullets. About a dozen 30-06 blank rounds. This also used to be a training site for World War II. So it's kind of interesting. You get to dig both the worlds here. So awesome. Okay, everybody. James McCormick here with Digging History, and I'm back at it. Had a good day today. Found a bunch of 30-06 shells from World War II. I'm sorry, I'm using my phone. But I found 2 Civil War 3-ring bullets. Ta-da! Boop, boop. Both of them were fired. That's always cool. And again, the 30-06 blank cartridges was from a training site here during World War II. So, very thick, but I'm telling you, I found the mother lode in pawpaws. Looky there. I don't know if you can see them, but that whole hat is full of pawpaws. So, and I am sitting here eating a pawpaw. Spitting seeds. These are delicious, by the way. This is just perfectly ripe. If you've never eaten a pawpaw before, I'm going to tell you. Sorry, folks. I'm just all over the place, ain't I? But that pawpaw is so good. So if you've never eaten a pawpaw before, this is what they look like, okay? They're, they grow on a tree, and they have these big umbrella shaped leaves. And these are really, really nice and ripe. So I'll put these in the freezer when I get home, and then you get them a little bit frozen, and they're delicious. If you read stories about history, you'll see where George Washington and Thomas Jefferson both loved pawpaws, and they would put them on blocks of ice. Spitting the seed, sorry. And they would eat these. These taste like, they have the texture of a banana, but the taste of a pineapple. That's it. Somebody says a mix between a orange and a banana and all. No. It smells and tastes like a pineapple. Absolutely delicious. A wonderful product of Appalachia out here in West Virginia. Look, folks, if you have not been out metal detecting and you'd like to go, reach out to me. WV Purple Heart 1863 at gmail.com. That's again WV Purple Heart 1863 at gmail.com. I'd be happy to take you out, and maybe if you come now, if you come soon, you'll be able to enjoy some of these wonderful pawpaws. It's a delicacy. The deers love them. No wonder. They sit around and they eat on those things. No wonder venison meat tastes so good, right? They eat apples and they eat pawpaws. So get a pawpaw, spit some seeds, get a metal detector, get out digging. It's getting dark. I had a great day and I am back in the saddle again. So let's rock, baby. So we were all in Iraq, 2004, 2005 time frame. And
well, he was there 3 other times.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he's 4 tours.
This guy right here went to Iraq four times, right?
4 times, yeah.
4 times. And
He
you
didn't learn from his first 2.
I didn't have a choice in the matter.
So, you know, we all just served, and I think that it's a great thing that we're out here today, hanging out, you know, just as friends, not... You know, we don't have a problem. I don't know about you guys. I don't have a problem talking about the war as much as I have a problem, you know, dealing with people that, you know, don't, you know, really.
You're good.
Yeah.
It's flashing. You're good.
Yeah, okay. That don't really understand, you know, what it's all about.
Well, I will tell you this. Be careful.
There we go.
I'm not afraid to talk about it. But be careful of what you ask for, because you might just get it, and it might just make the hair on your neck stand up and curl.
You know, there are some crazy things, and especially around Fallujah. You were in Fallujah. You know, that was a scary place. I'm not afraid to admit that. You know.
If you say you ain't scared in a combat zone, you're a liar.
You're a liar. Yeah.
You're a liar. Either that or you're just straight up psycho.
Yeah.
But you know,
Don't look
and
at
I
me
guess
like
you
that.
were at like Camp. Was
Don't
you at
judge
Camp
me.
Fallujah? Is that where you were at, Camp Fallujah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went there during the invasion, and we would come back, and we would stay there like 3 o'clock in the morning. We would pull in, and we would stay right by the artillery battery. You know,
Right.
hell, them things started cracking at 4 o'clock in the morning. So you get 30 minutes
I
sleep.
don't know. I was still out.
Boom, boom, boom.
I was still out doing stuff. Like, oh God, is it ever going to end?
Yeah, I know. And it was like all the time. Boom, 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 boom. And then, you know, they'd go in, you know, and then you'd go in the next day and you'd make that run through the city. And, you know, we would go in and take in whatever, ammo, whatever, escort people in, escort the wounded and the dead out, because hell, they didn't give a they'd shoot your medevacs and everything else down.
They didn't have an ROV like we did.
No, they didn't, unfortunately. Retired, we're all retired. Retired's good, man. Retired life is good.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it's like that movie Groundhog Day. I just wake up every day and it's the same.
That's why you need to go digging more, man. Dig. Okay, so Carlos, tell us what you found today, man.
All right, I found 5 bullets. Look like they're maybe all round balls. Looks like this one looks like a drop.
Mm-hmm.
This one's shot, but it doesn't look like it hit anything hard. And then you get to this one, which is the weirdest shape I've ever seen a bullet in. So I don't know what it hit to make this shape. But you got another flat one right here. Hit a rock or something. And then the last one right here looks like it hit something and rolled it over a little bit. But that's one of my better finds. I normally don't find this many bullets in one time, or, you know, one session of going out and metal detecting.
Well, like we was talking though, they did pack those in canister shot.
Yeah, I think
Which
some
it
of
might,
this
I don't
is.
know, but it might be a bunch of canister shot too. I don't know, because we found a lot of round balls around here.
Yeah.
We do. We do. I think that a lot of it is canister shot, except for these. These are bullets for sure, 100%. These are bullets. And just, you know, when you look at something like that, I mean, just imagine the awe and shock that this would put on you if it hit you.
Oh, no doubt.
So anyway, so Corbett.
This one too, man.
I
I
know.
feel like jagged edge. Could you imagine trying to pull that up out of you?
All in all, I think we had a good day. I mean, I found a lot of junk. We got a lot of walking in. I bet we got our 10,000 steps in.
easy.
There's,
Well, hold on, I'll
there's
tell you
no
exactly how many I got.
You got 8,000,
You should have the same amount.
Yeah.
and me a little bit more.
Yeah, because we quit. We got compromised. Our position got compromised. 8,807 steps so far.
And welcome back. Hey, folks, wasn't that a great group of shots from the field? We found some pretty cool stuff. We found some junk too, but that's okay, because getting rid of both of those is a great service, you know, for our environment. You know, in the beginning of the show, we talked about a lot of different things. We talked about safety, protocols in the field with the fall coming up, and the need for you metal detectorists out there, both professional and amateurs, those that are just starting and those of you that have been at it for a long time. Make sure you're wearing your orange. Make sure you're letting people know where you're at, and make sure you're getting permission to be on that property. Just remind everyone to be safe. Don't forget also, as I stated earlier, we need you to reach out and contact your West Virginia state legislature, because advancing a piece of legislation that will create a licensing program for metal detectorists is going to add greatly to our state's ability to draw in tourism and also create a lot of new hobbies and interest in the area. Get your kids involved in metal detecting. There's nothing wrong with taking your children out in the field and showing them the finer arts of metal detecting. Metal detecting is one of those, you know, science and technology fields. They talk about STEM. They talk about STEM. You know, we use a lot of different things out there. We use drones sometimes to fly over, to look at the areas that we're going to dig in, to be able to video. And we also use the metal detector itself, which is a technical device that requires some skills. So get your kids involved in it. Teach them something and learn something yourself. Be sure that you contact your West Virginia state delegates again and remind them that we need them to also remember our Purple Heart recipients and the creation of the new Purple Heart Museum that is going to feature our very own Woody Williams. We're going to have a statue bigger than life, because for many of us, he is bigger than life. What a tremendous individual and what a tremendous humanitarian that he has been his entire life. What better way to honor him in this wonderful state that he calls home than to put the National Museum and headquarters for the Military Order of the Purple Heart right here in the beautiful state of West Virginia. And we're going to need all your help to do that. We're going to need your legislators, and we're going to need you as the individuals to make sure that you're talking this up. Same thing with the licensing of metal detectorists. What a wonderful way to add revenue to our state, to be able to do the things that we need to do and to get some more eyes in the field and more people out there picking up the trash and the things that we generally find when we're out there digging. Again, it's really about the therapy more so than just the cool stuff that you find. And folks, remember this, that a day out digging beats a day on the couch anytime. So God bless each and every one of you, and have a wonderful and great day. Thank you for watching.